Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Murk back here with some more Draft League content, and today we have my GPC Season 7 Week 2 match versus Worst Jack and the Norwich Skitty. And if you didn't catch my live team builder, just know that I did change my Toxapex from Merciless to Regenerator, because I'm 90% sure I missed that, given that I changed it from Merciless to Regenerator 5 minutes before the match. So, if you didn't check out my live team builder, which I recommend you do, I enjoy making them, and I think it's kind of cool just to see someone go through their entire building process. But the team I have brought is a really bulky Rest Talk 2 attacks Mega Heracross, which was meant to help check stuff like, well, mainly the Mamoswine and the Cobalion. It's easy to take 2 hits from Mamo after rocks, I believe. Then I have a physically defensive Calm Mind, Hyper Voice, T-Bolt Roost, Drampaw with Berserk. This thing's a really nice win condition if I can get rid of the Mamoswine, or if I can get screens up with my Bronzong, because like, he doesn't have a lot that deals with Drampaw too well, and aside from the Mamoswine, and if I get a Calm Mind up, then Florges is turned into setup fodder because it's giving me Berserk boost as I'm healing up. And this thing's also really nice because it's a very good defensive check to Victini, which is very scary for my team. Next, like I said, my Bronzong, it's mixed defensive. It's Light Clay with dual screens, Stealth Rock, and Iron Head. I needed Iron Head over Gyro Ball so that I could, or Gyro Ball, or what's the one? Heavy Slam, so that I could hit the Mamoswine and the Florges, and I think there's something else that I wanted to hit for some good damage. Then we have a Flanium Z mixed Torn with Superpower, Heat Wave, Hurricane, and Taunt. He really doesn't have that good of a switch-ins, especially if I can poison his Florges, which would be the most likely switch-in, since I am running T-Spikes on my Toxapex and just running like physically defensive so that I can better deal with the Cobalion if he did bring it. And it's also a good check to Braviary, and I can take one hit from Mamoswine and Scald it if I really need to. I've got Toxic Spikes, Haze, Recover, and Scald. And lastly, we have our second win condition to Drampaw, which is a physically defensive Calm Mind CumfE with CM, Draining Kiss, Aromatherapy, and Synthesis, which is just a fantastic win condition. If we can weaken if we can scout out the Victini, potentially kill it if it's a physical set, and if we can weaken or get rid of the Skarmory and scout for like Calm Mind Florges, which would be annoying. So yeah, this is a slightly quick overview. Anyways, the team he brought was Mamoswine, Braviary, Victini, Skarm, Florges, and Heliolisk. More or less the team I expected to see. Didn't necessarily think that Braviary was coming, but it's here, so we can deal with it since we have a Bronzong and a Toxapex, though it is kind of a threat to my Heracross since it can Brave Bird me. So here I'm really anticipating like a Mamoswine or Heliolisk lead, or even Skarmory. So I'm going to lead off with my Heracross, as he is going to lead off with Braviary, which is not ideal, meaning I'm forced out because I'm not ready to make the hard read turn 1. So I'm going to go into my Toxapex. He does Brave Bird though, and that damage just shows me that he's max attack. I'm pretty sure he's going to be Scarfed in this game, because that just makes a fair bit of sense looking at his team. This would be a pretty appropriate Scarfer, but we're not going to assume anything right off the bat. But he's not a boosting item of any sort. So here he Brave Birds. I'm totally fine taking another one. I just want my T-Spike up. If he wants to Brave Bird again, I can just go into Bronzong after and get Regenerator. He goes into Heliolisk, which is a little scary, though I do have a couple things that can take it decently well. I'm going to go into my Drampaw right here because I resist Electric, as he does just fire off a T-Bolt, which is totally fine. And what I'm going to do here, I believe, is just go for a Hyper Voice, I think. Yes, I'm going to go for a Hyper Voice, as he's going to bring in the Florges. I get a crit, it doesn't really matter, though he shows that he's not lefties and that he's a very specially defensive set, which I find interesting. And I know he's going to fire off a Wish here, so I guess that crit could have mattered because it forces him to Wish right away, though he may have been inclined to do so anyways, since his Florges still would have been pretty weak, and since he would have been like 54% instead of 44. But here I can get my Stealth Rocks up with Bronzong, which is nice. He fires off a Moonblast, so if I went for a Heavy Slam or an Iron Head right there, I could have potentially taken it out, though given that he stayed in like that, it's and that we haven't seen an item, it's possible he was very I'm going to pull the double into Tornite here, expecting Skarm to come in, and I did mess up my Torn nickname. And what I can do right here is go for the Heat Wave, and I miss. Heat Wave was the play so that I could pressure this Skarm. It would do a lot, as he's able to defog, which is really annoying. If I was able to hit the first Heat Wave, then he would not be able to get his Stealth Rocks up, as I'm going to go for the second one. I hit, does 81%, and he's going to be able to get his Rocks up. So now it's a little unfortunate because now my team's taking chip. And what I'm going to do here is pull a double into Bronzong, predicting the Florges to come back out, as that's what he does. So I can get my Stealth Rocks back up, which is what I really need, because I need to be able to pressure the Victini and those kind of things, as he does bring it in. I don't have good switch-ins to Victini since my Fire Resist die to fighting and psychic moves, and I don't know what this thing set is. He goes for the Flame Charge though, which is a little scary. Flame Charge makes me believe that he's going to be special though, because he could be running like Flame Charge Flare Blitz, but that doesn't make a ton of sense. He could be running Flame Charge V-Create, but also not a ton of sense. So it kind of makes me think it's special, as he's going to fire off the Shattered Psyche right here, and that's just going to kill my Toxapex, which is a little unfortunate because I can't get my T-Spikes back up. But I got the Florges Poison, which was like the biggest recipient, and now here I'm just going to go in my Drampot and Scout. Unless he's packing a fighting move, he can't really touch me, as I'm going to go for the Roost right here, I believe. Yeah, so he's going to show U-turn, and that damage does tell me that he is not attack invested, which further makes me believe that he is a special set, which is good because that means my CumfE can set up against it, especially since he popped his Z move, and my Drampot can also set up against it. So that's some decent news. Though obviously it's still a really big threat, and I lost my Toxapex for it. So he's going to fire off a Wish. I know he's going to do that right here, so I'm going to set up a Calm Mind so that I can start pressuring this thing. And if he didn't have Mamoswine, like, this thing would win, but he does, so I can't do anything about that. But I guess I could have gone for another Calm Mind right here, knowing that he would protect. That would have put me in a great position. He's going to fire off a Moonblast, does 47, and I'm just going to Hyper Voice, does solid 29, and it's putting this floor just very low, and at this point he knows he can't really 1v1. He's going to go for the Moonblast, he's going to activate, or he's going to drop my special attack and then give me my Berserk boost, which is a little unfortunate. I'm just above the range of a Moonblast. As you can see, we got high, low roll, and what I'm going to do here is go into my Bronzong. Now, why did I go into Bronzong? I think I just wanted to keep... No. I wanted to go into Bronzong so that I could get a Reflect up as he's going to kill himself, which is really good because that either forces him to defog with his Skarmory, or it just means that he can't kill my... It just meant that I could potentially win with like Drampot or CumfE, because with a Reflect up, he can't break me. He can't break Drampot with Mamoswine as easily, and he can't break or CumfE. So that was just kind of the play to go for right there. He goes into Skarm right here as he's gonna, as I pull the switch into my Torn, and he's gonna get the Wish back, but he's still in range of a Heat Wave, and he doesn't have a switch into this thing. So he's going to drop to the Heat Wave right here. So down goes Skarm, so now he can't get up rocks for the rest of the game. And Victini's here. I don't have a switch into it because my Drampot's weakened. I don't believe that I can take 2 blue flares from where I stand. So my play here is to just fire off a Z Hurricane and just get some big damage. So we're going to go for the Supersonic Sky Strike. I knew it couldn't kill unless I crit, and it does 79%, so having rocks could, if I was able to keep rocks up, that would have been nice. But he's going to build a Flame Charge, and then he's going to go for the blue flare and take me out. But at this point, he doesn't have much for the CumfE. He's going to go for the blue flare. It does a ton, but I'm going to be able to Calm Mind up, and because of Triage being the most busted ability in the game, I can Synthesis before he attacks me, which is ridiculous. So blue flare is now doing not enough damage to where it can kill me. I believe I'm going to Synth again right here just in case he crits or something silly. He's going to keep on firing blue flares. Even if he does burn me, it's not a big deal because I have Aromatherapy. Now here he's going to U-turn as I'm going to click Calm Mind again, and +2 CumfE just means that he can't do anything against me. Mamoswine has a lot of HP, so these Draining Kisses are going to recover me a lot of health. It gets me back to full from 60, and he gets a crit EQ, shows he's not Life Orb or anything, so I can definitely 1v1 this thing, as I can just Draining Kiss yet again and get back a lot of health. He's going to go for the knockoff and get rid of my lefties, which is a little annoying, but it's fine because we can Draining Kiss, take this thing out. He said that was a misclick, but I still could have stalled this thing out. Now he goes into Braviary, and I can take this thing on because I can Draining Kiss, get my health back, and he's forced a Brave Bird, which does a lot, but I can still mitigate that damage and force him to take Recoil. So I take it out. I get the crit there, but the Draining Kiss would have taken me out of range of Brave Bird anyhow, and then I could have killed it with another one, and then I could have Synthesized up against his 2 special attackers. He goes for Psychic, just fishing for Spit F drops because this is his last thing, and CumfE is just cleaning up the game. So down goes the Victini, and all he has left is a Heliolisk, which will not be able to beat me because I've got this CumfE and I have Drampa and Mega Hera, which can take a hit. He crits with Hyper Voice here, so keeps trying to crit CumfE, but CumfE does not care. CumfE is an absolute beast, and I'm going to be able to take this out with a 3rd Draining Kiss, and we are going to take this match 4-0, moving us on to 2-0 with a +5 differential. So good game to Jack. CumfE doing all kinds of work, and it feels good to be able to finally use this thing and not be the one being abused by it. So yeah, CumfE's busted. Hope you all know that, and hope you all enjoyed. This was a fun one for sure. Got to show off CumfE, got to use Drampa a little bit. Those were the 2 stars of the show. Torn did a little work, but definitely CumfE and Drampa showing their stuff. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Drop a like, leave a comment if you did, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.